Is that working now? It looks like it's working now. Sorry. Alright. Got us a pair. Okay. So like I was saying, this is the 2250 freeze out. You can see how it happened. I was going to say that we do have a value hand versus this player. I am going to call one here. That's a good bad card. He's going to bet all flush draws. Check the river. Can he still have a 7? Yeah. Can he have a 6? Absolutely. He can also... I could have drawn out here. He could have like 6-8 or something. 8-5. So he had the open ender. So he had a draw, but not the bad draw for us. All right. Currently at 135. That puts me in third, I believe. Look at this. Look at these huge opens. Like these. This is what I was saying. These players are fucking insane. Oh, I'm in second because I heard him. But this is just fucking nuts. This guy has opened 3 to 4 blinds and then folded to jams for like less than twice that. Like it's been fucking insane. Like there's been no rhyme or reason. I got off a couple on him, and then he just folds like no c bet, no whatever. He's like over committing pre-flop. It's insane. Yeah, I don't know why the mic didn't work there, but appears to be working now. I just had to reset it. Alright, you can see the prize pool there. This player's been kind of all over the place. It's kind of interesting. He does like to open on the bigger side, but not insane, like 2.5. Blinds go up to 5K next hand. It's kind of a good play. When the blinds are going up, just make sure you always raise the bigger stack who just got his chips. Chuchi's having a pillow fight with himself. It's just unnecessary. Like, you don't need to do this. I mean, he's sized down a little bit, but like, now what? Like, your min open accomplishes the same thing. Like, he's just snap folding. All right, just do this again. Klembot's been having some connection issues. We were in a pot and he was... just going to call. Check. He is a bluffy guy. It's a lot to call. I definitely could have jammed pre-flop. I know how aggressive he is, though. So I kind of wanted to spike an ace and trap him, so... I'm just going to go ahead and let him do that. I'm very aware of this player. If you guys don't recognize the name, about 6 years ago, I guess, maybe a little longer, Doug Polk was doing a 100 to 10,000 challenge that took him like 3 years, playing at this micro stakes and stuff and working his way up. And one of the frequent guys who was there on the table with him was Klembot. I remember hearing that name many, many times. And he's not he's not the greatest player, obviously, but he's definitely a good player, very aggressive. That was an opportunity to kind of go sick, but I don't think that's the way that we beat him. Because if I jam there, he's just going to call me off with just all pairs, because he really doesn't give a shit about placing. So we'd be racing in a position where, you know, we're currently fourth in chips, and I mean, I could have even 4-bet it, which would have been scary, but he's been fairly conservative. See, now this is tempting to jam on, because believe it or not, this guy's going to fold for a jam. Like, if I think if I had like ace-8 suited here, I would jam on him. I really would, because about 70% of the time, maybe 80, he's going to fold to the jam. I haven't seen him call the jam once, and he's been opening that big the whole time. So it's kind of crazy. And the blinds don't get too much bigger too quickly. Oh, thank you, boss. Ugh. See, that's a normal more than minimum raise. That's fine. Yeah, so blinds are going to go to 6,000 and then 8,000 and then 10,000. At about 10,000, we should be down to like 4 or 5. So, and if we're not, it's just going to be a massacre. It's kind of interesting. Definitely could have jammed it. That's not the way I want to beat him. Because I know he's going to 3-barrel. So hitting an ace there, and he's going to have ace-10, ace-queen, stuff like that. We're just going to have to hit the call button 3 times and get a full double. So I'm fine with it. That's interesting, that check. I don't know why this bet or this call came. Like, this bet on the turn and this call are both really insane. Like, if you're not going to bet twice, don't bet once. Like, because all these guys are going to call 1 bet. I mean, as they should. $4.3x open. That's a full pot. Like, that's... It's like this is the correction he made after the last hand, where he got played with too much, is that he's opening 4 point whatever. It's fucking stupid. How much did he bet on that? 26 into 63. Yeah, he was setting up the Geo. So he was going to do it. And I really can't tell. I mean, having the ace of diamonds was nice on that hand when I had the ace king, because there was 2 diamonds on the flop, but I really can't tell, and that was a very decisive bet. So it makes me think that best case scenario, we have the same hand, and a lot of times he has a pair. You know, 9s, 10s, anything. You know, he can also have queens, kings. I don't think he's ever going to bet jacks like that on the flop. Been squeezing my cards with my hood. I got one eye closed and I'm covering the cards with my hoodie. Ace 6. So this is interesting. I feel like Clembut's going to 3-bet a lot, but I don't think we can fold, and I don't think we can 3-bet because of this stack behind. Because we want to avoid calling jams. So if I 3-bet to like 25 and he jams, I'd have to call. Now if he jams, I can fold. And plus having position with a suited ace is good, even though it's the ace 6. Player hasn't been too crazy active. He checks. I'm going to check back. Didn't want to see a 10 on the turn. That was an opportunity to steal the flop. All right. I mean, he could have been trapping, but everything looks like a trap when you're playing against overly cautious players, so. But he hasn't been that active, so I can't really... can't fault him too much. You don't see a lot of three betting and stuff like that. And Clem's been around long enough; he knows. Yeah, so I think the Ace King play, while it might not be GTO perfect with the Ace King, a four bet's probably going to be every GTO play. I do think it's the best, especially out of position. I think calling in position, like if I had raised and he had three bet and I was on the button, he was in the blind, then I would have just jammed on him. Like, this is, how do you fold? Like, you're opening the hijack, you should have calling hands here. Well, it's a little much. It's like 11 more blinds. What, you fucking slow rolled it? I'm glad you fucking got hit on. You fucking slow rolled the fucking Ace King. I can't believe it. You're ever folding Ace King suited? That's fucking ridiculous. You deserve to fucking lose, idiot. Like, that's a scenario completely different. The stack is shorter. It's fucking insane. How's poker been? Been pretty good. I've been doing pretty well, just grinding during the day. Grinding up cash. I kind of ran bad for like 3 weeks. Look at this now. He's losing his mind. Grinding up cash for like 2 weeks or so, maybe 3. And playing, a few tournaments every day. And it's gone pretty well. I haven't final tabled any tournaments for like a week and a half or so. That one's posted until this one. But yeah, it's been good. I'm playing micros because I ran really bad, so I stepped down. Ran bad for like almost a month. Like, it's crazy when you talk about running bad. I'm gonna squeeze on the big blind. Queen. I see a queen. Oh, I got another one. Hold on. Do I have another queen? I do. All right, we got 18 blinds. 17 blinds. I mean, this is ideal. I do think we want to get it in. Yeah. I want to be able to jam on this player because he tends to open the button quite a bit. You could say that was another trap spot, but in all honesty, queen's just a little bit soft. So I think jamming there is better because he's going to call off with all pairs, king, queen, any good ace. So, and I don't mind racing for that stack, so that's fine. And then, like, he's just immediately... Like I said, this player's kind of crazy. But every time it folded to him on the button, he raised it. And he's been 2 to my left every time. And I've stolen from him a bunch. So I was kind of expecting him to snap call that with, like, ace-10, but maybe he just didn't have shit. I did see him open the button with just every hand, so who knows. But yeah, poker's been okay, like I'm saying. I was talking about something. But, oh yeah, like when you run bad, like when you start playing, you run bad means getting aces cracked twice in a day. And then it's just like, oh God. And then, after a while your skin gets thicker and you're like, you have to run worse and worse and worse to progressively feel like you're running bad. Look at this. I mean, Clembutt, aggressive. And he's not wrong. I mean, even just by the result, even not by the result, he's not wrong. Jamming jacks is fine. This player shouldn't have much of a calling range, but I wouldn't have... The result would have been the same, but I wouldn't have jammed it just against that player because he's that much tighter. I'm expecting him to have queens plus and ace king. Look at this. It's 3.5. I mean, that's crazy. Ah, God. If I was in the blind, I would have jammed against this. Like, if he was in the cutoff, I'd be jamming. All right, so we're up to 7th, locked up $94. That's pretty good. So you kind of like... To run bad, to like say you're running bad and feel bad about it, like, that thing where you feel like you can never win, it has to happen progressively more and more and more. Look at this. He's folding. This is amazing. He's got a third of his stack in there. I've seen him do this like 8 times. He's got a third of his stack in and he's going to fold. You know what the cardinal rule is if you're going to 3-bet, is if somebody raises and your re-raise puts in a third of your chips, you're supposed to jam. Like, and this is the one he calls off with. Please hold. Look at all these outs this fucking idiot's got. It's like I knew it was going to happen. It's unbelievable. And he went against Clembutt, which, like, he just jammed jacks. Like, what are you... Oh, I mean, it's good for me, because this player's a maniac, but it's fucking insane. It's just so bad. I'm glad Clem doesn't have the chips, but it's so bad. But yeah, so you have to progressively run worse and worse and worse to have that defeated feeling of, like, oh, I can never win again, and you know, shit like that. Like that's how I was feeling, and it was because I literally looked back and I'd ran bad for I think it was like 24 days, where I didn't lose every day, but it was like there was always a bunch of like bullshit and like quads ran into straight flush, aces cracked by kings like 60% of the time, which is really brutal. I'm squeezing. I got a deuce and a 4. No. This is that spot where you look to get to the third digit because this payout is 94. The next one's 128. So you'll see people play a little bit tighter. I feel like that's more often than not a trap when he limps there. Because he's either folded or raised the fucking small blind every time, and these two have been playing against each other. Maybe he just had something like 10-9 or whatever, but who knows. There's these two short stacks on my right. There's one on my left. Yeah. See, everybody's kind of tightening up because of that third digit to get over $100. Ace 6. Colfax sitting out. It's weird. I do have the ace of clubs. This can be a trap for sure. But it can just be like 8-9. Although I don't like when he takes this long. Nice. That's a new high for me, 108,000. Damn it, Clem. It's like every time I have a hand where I'm like, oh, I'm going to jam from the small blind, this fucking guy opens. And I know it's a coincidence, but it's so brutal. Like ace 10 from the small here, I'm jamming all day on this guy. $17,000. Nah, $14,000. I think he's like doing math on a calculator to figure out how much to bet. I think it's like 13 or 14 he's going to bet. Or is he timed out again and this guy's going to min bet? Okay, 9. It's not wrong. I just didn't expect it from him. I was expecting bigger. Maybe he's betting bigger when he doesn't have it? Huh. Got the ace 10 again. I think my open is 14. Clem is going to defend. I don't know if he's going to 3-bet a lot. See, now this is interesting because he hasn't raised minimum the entire time. If it's suited, I can jam it. Clem's going to defend. I mean, like, he's going to defend 80% of his range like he should. Look at this. Check, check, immediate. I think you bet any pair here. You can also bet the ace-jack. Clem's likely to have 2 pair here. Yeah, he's just putting him in. It's Geo bet. Yeah, he got the guy on the draw and then took half his fucking chips. Unbelievable. King 5. How many chips? There's 820,000 chips in this tournament. Hey, Wild Buffalo. Just started getting coaching, so hopefully I'll see some improvements soon. Nice, boss. Coaching is very helpful. $20,000. Like, mean, it's effective until it's not. The guy's lost a third of his stack so many times. It's insane. $22. I mean, that's not exactly wrong. It's 3.5 from the small blind, but on a final table, you can go 18. Look at this. Min click. Min click. How do you not have jams here? I mean, I know these 2 stacks are... Well, these 3 stacks are small. But how do you not have jams here? I mean, versus this player, though, it's kind of really crap. I mean, this is why you make it 18, because then if he clicks back, you can actually call. He can still call here, though. I mean, the 64 in the middle, it costs him 14. He probably should have called with his whole range there. Whatever's going to open from the small. Unless he gave away the information by raising so much. Short stack on the big blind. Should only be 3 bets. There should be no calls in here. Yeah, it's jam or fold. Jam. Yeah. Cost you 28 to win 44. Probably should have called pretty wide. Alright. Give me something I can call him off with when he jams on the button. 9. Ooh, it might be a 9. Nope, it's a 10. Question is, do I call one of his stupid raises? I mean, he should just be jamming. Yeah, that's fine. I can't call there. Ace. Ace what? Ace Jack. I need some folds here, people. So if these 2 fold, I'm pretty much getting the money in. Alright. Yeah. As long as he doesn't call. Ace or Jack, please. Oh, right in the door. God damn, that sucks. Just ran into it in this fucking moron. Oh, that sucks. And the blinds are going up. Unbelievable. God, that sucks. And it's a coin flip. What are you going to do? 27,000. It's fucking insane. It's 3.5. That's a full pot open. It's fucking nuts. I'm squeezing them all now. King. Out. Ace. Come on. Queen or ace? That sucked. God, it's so brutal. I go out fucking 7th. I came into this thing in 3rd fucking place. I go out fucking 7th for 94 bucks. Fucking whoop-de-doo. God, that sucks so hard. And I lose to those fucking guys. And the ace-jack is maybe a thing, but the ace-king I'm going to re-raise and get fucking smashed on by the kings anyway. Alright, I got dealt the game over. Well, it was nice seeing you guys. I'll see you soon, hopefully, on another final. God, that sucked. I mean, it's a good day. I'm up like $125 or something like that, so whatever. I won some money in the cash games, too. Oh, it's depressing, though. All right. I'll see if I can find somebody to host. I don't really see